Hi y'all, it's Kathy from Design by Kathy. Today I want to show you how to make your own resin earrings. We're going to mix some resin, pour some resin, and this will be part one of a two-part video that I'll do because resin has to cure, and we'll let it cure overnight, and then we'll come back and show you how to actually make your earrings. These are fun. You can make so many different colors and shapes, sizes. Resin is lightweight. That is the beauty of it. For me, I like wearing really lightweight earrings. I can't handle earrings that really tug heavy on my earlobe. What we're going to use is this easy cast clear epoxy resin. This comes from, and in fact all the products I'm going to show you today comes from a company called Resin Obsession, and I will give you all the links down below, but they all come from Resin Obsession. We're going to use this two-part, and you mix 1-to-1 ratio, stir for 2 minutes, let it sit, stir, you follow the directions. Each resin has a little bit different stirring and sitting instructions, so you'll want to follow the instructions on there. We're going to make a pair of, well, brown. You can't really tell it's brown in this bottle just yet. This comes from, well, okay, well, I told you a story already. All of it does not come from the same place. This comes from a company called Light, and they have all sorts of resin casting products that are, and these colors work so well with resin. What I found that you can mix just about anything in resin to color it. I've seen people even put fingernail polish. These are actually made to mix with resin, and they blend really well. We're gonna do, well, this is actually yellow, brown, and then we're going to do an opaque blue. We're gonna be using this mold, silicone mold, to make some teardrop shaped earrings. This does come from Resin Obsession. It's and I'll give you the number of the product down below where you can actually find it easily. So I've got everything ready, and let me get everything set up and zoomed in, and let's get started and make some earrings. Okay, so I've already mixed the resin. I've already got it mixed up here in my cup, equal parts ratio of the hardener and the actual resin. I want to take these little cups to mix our 3 colors. So I'm going to divide the resin between the 3 cups. This mold will make, well, either 6 drops, or what I want to do is earrings, so it'll make 3 pairs of earrings. But if you did want to make matching drops, then you would make 6. Okay, I want to start with the yellow, and I want to shake it really well. Just going to add, we'll start with drops, a few drops, maybe. Okay, I think, there we go, 3 drops. I'm going to take a clean popsicle stick and start stirring. Now you see that kind of looks a little orange, and it's very, very opaque, very clear. I want a solid yellow. So what I have found that works really well is to add white with it. This white seems to make it the solid color that I want it to be. instead of the opaque. So any of these Alumilite dyes, you can make them be opaque, but then by adding the white or black, whichever direction of color you may be going. Okay, I've got one drop out. These even come in fluorescent. Now you can see what a totally different form this took on. Now I've got a pretty yellow. I want it mixed and blended really well because I don't want that orangey color to come through. I want them to be a nice, pretty yellow. Make sure that I have it all off of my popsicle stick. Okay, looks like that's pretty blended. So we'll put that there and set our yellow aside. Now I want to use the brown. And let me shake it a little more. I shook them before, but I want to make sure we got them really well. Now, if you notice, to make this yellow, you can make it even brighter. I managed to squeeze out 3 little tiny drops, and that's all it took to make this color. And brown is, I find brown when you need it, it's just really hard to find if you need brown earrings, or I find that. Okay, we've got one coming out here, I think. Some of these I may have to cut a bigger hole at some point. So I got a little bit there, and I'm gonna see if I can get a little more and just put it on my popsicle stick. Like you could cut the tips of these off, more, but see, I've already got a nice brown, but again, this is opaque. It's not as opaque as the yellow, but I'm going to add, just to make sure that I get a good solid brown, I want to add just a tiny, tiny bit of white, which is probably all I can squeeze out, but tiny bit of white. Okay, that was 1 drop. I'm going to set my brown aside. Now you see that it's already taking on, more like a coffee color. Well, my coffee after I put my creamer in it anyway. I want to get all of that off the sides, and since I did put the color directly under this popsicle stick, I want to make sure that all of it comes off in the resin. Okay, there is my pretty brown. Now on this blue, I actually do want to leave it opaque. I'm not going to add white to this one. Okay, this one pours out a little better. This one I just opened. Oh, pretty, beautiful color blue. Look at that. This will be a fun color especially for summer, going to the beach. Okay, I love that color. Okay, so I'm going to set all of my additives here aside. Put the tops on. Bad about leaving, or I have been in the past, bad about leaving the top off of something. And sometimes that's just really not a good thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to start with my yellow. I'm going to do them 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. So basically, And I know you probably can't see because I've got this white on white, but this is the little reservoir, little tear shape. So I'm going to start pouring. And I really want to make equal amounts into my little mold. I have to try to get it as close to the edge, the top, as possible, but I don't want it to start overflowing out. And that one is pretty level there. So now I'm going to take the brown, and we'll do the same thing. I'm going to pour it in, and I'm going to pour earring number 2. And that looks pretty level to me. It's going to be a really nice color. And then our opaque blue. It looks pretty solid right now, but I'm going to bet when it cures, it's going to be really pretty and opaque. Looks like that might need... Okay, those look pretty even to me. And now you're done with this part of the process. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little, I don't know, this was a top to a box of something that I got. But I want to set it over this to protect it from any dust particles getting in. And this will just leave overnight. And then part 2, I'll show you how to get them out of the mold and make yourself some earrings.